Guys, I am so sorry. My first, my first share of, oh my gosh, technical difficulties that are beyond my control. Look what happened. I went, I went long here. I tried to get out. It would have been like a couple dollars. And my internet, it was just stuck. And then I unplugged it, and I'm like, okay, I thought it was my phone was gonna. Well, that was bad. Okay, but we're good. Everything is fine. Hopefully, this stream is healthy now. That was crazy. Had some technical difficulties. I entered a trade here, and then I decided I tried to get out. I was taking just a quick stab at this because I was down like $49. These continuous bears. I was down like $43. I took a quick stab here for a long to break this high. Once it rejected, I tried to exit. Um, it did not let me exit right away. It exited me at like negative 60 something dollars, and then I was down 100 and something dollars. And I wanted to go short, so I went short. I ended up selling it here, getting out of it for a loss. Went short, held it short, and then my internet was like in and out, and I'm like, man, if this thing bounces, it's like in and out, in and out. I was trying to sign in, it wouldn't let me sign in, and I was on my iPad, it wouldn't let me sign in at first. I had to disconnect it from the Wi-Fi and use the regular internet. Oh, that was crazy. And then I tried to connect with my phone to my hotspot on my iPad, which I have unlimited of. And I think I had too many tries of trying to sign in and trading view, so it wouldn't let me sign in. That was horrible. But I can see the price was continuing in my direction, but it wouldn't let me sign in. So then finally, my internet reconnected, everything reset because I had to unplug it. Hopefully it stays. I sound recorded. Now my mic is having issues. Oh my god. I got the robot voice. Testing, testing. Oh god. What do I do? Oh god. Okay, give me 1 second. Long story short, we're only down like $15. I'm gonna 1 second. Oh my god, this is horrible. Where did my Oh, the mic is on. Do I still sound distorted? This is horrible. I need an audio engineer. Okay, good. Yep. Well, that guy, I lost that guy. I wanted to show him. I wanted to talk through my trades, but we got stuck in the trade, flipped it short, couldn't sign in. I was having all kind of difficulties. I can see this, but it wasn't letting me sign in. But as you can see, I took a trade here. I went long to take a break for a break of that. Lost about 60 something bucks. I was down like 100 something dollars. I was able to get out here. I was having those issues and then I went short and then I was able to get out here at this blue arrow, which was my original target from this morning. And I made 100 and like, it was 130, 140. I think I sold it at like 129, somewhere around there. So I'm down 115 bucks. Hopefully the stream does not, 27 more minutes. Hopefully the stream doesn't cut me off again. That's why I want fiber optic. But they like offered in my area, but not at my house in this complex yet, I guess. So the audio stream's current bitrate is 0. They changed my bitrate. What is happening? They changed my bitrate. It's not even letting me change it. Oh, yeah, they're not letting me change it. I don't know. Bearish divergence coming in. This could potentially be a bottom if we come back down to test that and find support there and don't break it. You know how NASDAQ does. We've been seeing the same thing over and over. Oh, this bit, right? Wait, what? Oh my God. Maybe today is just not the day, guys. Let me see if it's FK. No retest, just going now. Bullish divergence. YouTube is currently not receiving data for the stream. What? Configure. What is happening? This is crazy. It's not letting me. Oh, I think 900. Darn it, I think my settings got jacked up. Rejecting. Uh-oh. My internet is just on trash today. Bullish continuation. Is it a bear trap or not? Ooh, if you were watching my stream yesterday, remember when I said the market moves in waves? And I was talking about calculus, sine waves, and cosine waves, and I drew this on the chart. Here's a perfect example. See that? This is exactly what I drew on the chart yesterday. That's how the market just moved. See that wave? Cosine and sine. I love it. I think any math geeker can appreciate that. Look at that. And then what you imagine is here's the x-axis. Y'all don't mind me. Here's the y-axis. There's the center point, right? Point of origin at 0. This is, maybe I need to go back to school. This is 1, -1, 1, -1. Look at where it touched. Actually, this will be 1. Yeah. Actually, that will be 1. Where it hit it at, that will be 1, -1, -1, 1. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yep. Market moves in waves. And then within those waves, there's smaller waves. These little divergences. Divergence, divergence. Broke structure. We broke this high. But that's how the market moves. It's beautiful, ain't it? To know that, like, the way price is charted, is plotted on this chart. I don't know how, but for some way, somehow, you can see the calculus in it. And geometry, well, I mean, options are calculated based on derivatives, right? That's calculus, but I just think it's fascinating. Honestly. How is that possible? And especially because, human psychology, right? The way humans, mainly big banks and stuff like that, but the way humans feel about the markets, it's like for me, it's like when you look at the data, this is the way the human mind is feeling about, buying and selling. It's feeling about trade. And ironically, the same way that our patterns collectively are being plotted on a chart, you can see it in a calculus book. Like, that is crazy to me. All things are connected, right? Look at me on a whole nother level, but all things are connected. I've always understood that. There's one grand design, right? By the creator. There's different variables of that design. 100%. And you can see it everywhere if you just look in nature. Look at humans. I mean, a human car, you think about a human car is designed like the human body. The computer is designed like the brain. Calculator, we were the first calculators. We were the first to calculate anything. Everything we develop or create on the outside is already within us. That's crazy. I mean, it's beautiful. But all things are connected. There's one design, different variables of it. Like how you look in fruit, You look in fruit, you might see the seed, right? So you got the ovaries and the ovum. Which one is it? I forget. Same thing in a woman. And you look at some fruits, you slice them certain ways, they resemble women, like, One grand design, different variables of it. And how did I get here? Oh, because I was talking about sine waves, cosine and sine waves. But yeah, God is in everything. I don't care what nobody say. Okay, so how do I was checking how to what is it? Bit rate. Looks like we're trying to pull back here. Excuse me. Moving averages are trying to cross. Well, they're curling. They're not trying to cross yet. Cloud is bearish. It's flat. Market seems like it wants to go lower. Will it? We can move this target from earlier in this target, in this level. Looks at a 30-minute level. Yep, we took out those levels. We didn't take this one out, but let's put that there. Beyond that, this is kind of where we're sitting. This is where price is right now. See that big resistance level? Imagine there's a line there where my dotted line is. That's where we are finding support. If we break that and go lower, then we come test these levels. Just making levels on a 30-minute. So I don't got to keep flipping back and forth so I can see where we are. Nice bearish continuation so far. Cloud is curling up. It's not pointed down yet. I mean, it's still bearish, but hasn't reacted to this yet. There it is. MACD is trying to cross. It's bullish, but it's trying to the buying pressure is dwindling down, as you can see. It went from the darker green to the lighter green. Yeah, that's bearish. That's bearish. We're below the RSI, below VWAP, below 200, below 9 and 21. This is bearish. Will the bulls give up here? We have this little level here. That little level with those wicks. So will they give up, or can we get through that to push to another low? Bullish divergence. Nope, not. Okay, bears are still in control. And that green candle there was no power within that candle, so we're continuing lower. Should break this. Come test these levels. MACD hasn't flipped yet. It's trying to. I was just thinking like, oh, I should go short, but it might bounce in the zone. Bit rate to speed ratio. Three times. What about KP? I think what is my upload speed? 1 second. Testing that area there. I want to get short, but just waiting. 30. Upload. My upload speed is so slow. That's why I'm having to reset it. Okay, it's going lower. Where'd it go? $10.18. We might have a break even day today unless I take some trades lower. I don't know because Powell is speaking, so I don't know how the markets will be. We're down $15 on the day. No stream Friday. It's the folks good Friday. KBPS. See, we're bouncing out of that zone there. So I didn't want to get short. Yeah, I wanted to get short, you know, but I don't know if we have enough power to go test that. Enough sellers. They don't seem to be doing too much damage today. They are in control, but so as of now, we have a low here, a higher low. So will we bounce from here is the question. We came to test this. Didn't make it. Buyers pushed it out. Will they continue pushing it up, or will it fall to make new lows? MACD is bearish, but the histogram is pretty small, so there's not a lot of momentum. There's not a lot of bearish momentum, and so you see these smaller moves like this and these candles. Okay, here we go. 3 times. Okay. I got 6, 3, so 3,000. All right, bulls are pushing it up. Looks like for now that was the retest, second retest, the first retest, second test, bounce. This was the first test. This is the second test, which is a retest kind of this level. We didn't make it all the way to the bottom, but I've been seeing this lately too. These same patterns where you get a low, you get a lower low. It's like when it comes to the basics of what a head and shoulders is, right? Where you have like a shoulder, which is like a high, then you have a head, which is a higher high. Then you have another shoulder, which is a lower high than the head, equal to or lesser or sometimes higher than the other shoulder. It's like we're back there. This is crazy. Because this can almost be that, right? I mean, it is that. There is no almost to it. This is like an inverted head and do I want to go long here while I'm talking that through? It's like an inverted head and shoulders. It's just not pretty. But price has been doing that lately where you get it low. And I've been saying, okay, what are we doing here? Because this was a low. You have a lower low, and then you have a higher low than this. That's a 3-peak price action. That's a 3-peak price action, price structure right there. For me, I've been watching it long enough to know right? It just doesn't look pretty. They're not going to show you in that book. In the textbook, they're not going to show you that. But if you look deeper into price patterns and stuff, there's some books out there. And when you watch in the market for a while, you'll start to notice that, oh, the Head and Shoulders aren't always that pretty. Sometimes they are so beautiful where they're just piled right in your face. I never forget. I think when I caught my first short, I believe it was either a short or a long. When I was trading options in QQQ, it was on Head and Shoulders. I think it was inverted Head and Shoulders, so it was a call. Could be the other way around, but it was so beautiful. But this is definitely, but we'll see. So we got some rejection here, which we should have. Could pull back, test this area. I don't know. It could pull back. Price action is so tight right now. It's like you got these moves, but it's like everything is right here. So you can pull back to test this low. You can pull back to test the EMAs before bouncing through this zone. So go take this wick out. There we go, testing the low of that candle. Like I said, we could do. I meant to hit that. The first click. Dang. Can y'all hear the trash man out there? That's loud. Want to break these highs and take out this wick. So I got into the trade. Based off of the analysis I was just given. Could be right, could be wrong. So far right, but will we go take out that wick? That's what I wanted to do. Don't stop me out. Keep going. Damn it. Stop me out. Stop me out for some profits. Up $10 on the day. Woo! Just kidding. But for real, I don't like being negative. But now, I moved that stop too soon. I knew what I was doing though. We should go take out this wick. We should go take it out. And there it goes. Here's the wick here. You might be wondering why did I let it stop me out early? Just in case. It's NQ, just in case it wants to pull back and stop me out the trade altogether before going higher. You know what? This might be a little more bullish than I thought. I should have continued to hold that and print it. Well, we'll see what it does here. You see that? You see how it took out the wick? This is the real direction for now. Bears are trapped. Let's see what we do at VWAP. See if I can get back in the trade here. Reject maybe to these moving averages. Look at that W. But I told you, now see, I'm not always right, but just sometimes, but I told you that's what this was. You don't, if you read a book, it's going to have, it's going to find places on the charts where it is clear enough for you to see the Head and Shoulders. You'll see price action like that. And so you'll always be looking for that. But I'm here to tell you, I'm watching these charts and NQ for 2 years NQ for 2 years and QQQ for 2 years. They love to make inverted Head and Shoulders. They love to make cup and handles. And they're not always pretty. If you look at price action, this is a low followed by a lower low, followed by a higher low, which is equal to that low on the left. That's an inverted Head and Shoulders. So this is a Head and Shoulders. I wish I could just invert it, like without. And if you flip it, well, I'm sorry, this is a Head and Shoulders. This would be Head and Shoulders. That would be Head and Shoulders. And this would be the inverted Head and Shoulders. So anything that's inverted is just basically upside down, right? Going back to the sine and cosine. If that's a concave, then this is the inverted concave, which I think that is called convex if I'm remembering it. So this is upright, this is inverted. That's a little math, no, it doesn't. You don't need it. You can Google that stuff. But yep, so I was able to take that trade to get back from out of negative. Will we continue here? We're gonna move this line because we already took that wick out. Bullish continuation. What's the game plan? What's the game plan? That head and shoulders is actually beautiful. At first, I didn't see it. I was just thinking, well, when we were here, I drew this. Remember saying we might come here and bounce out of there. Then once we bounced out of there, then I started analyzing. Then I realized, oh, this is an inverted head and shoulder. And so when you realize patterns like that, don't be scared to take the trade. Just take it. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But let me see if I can go. Let me see if it morning stars, evening stars. What am I on the week? Let's go back. I want to go back. Right here. This is how I knew we were going to sell off last year in July. Because this pattern here is a evening star pattern. And it was on the weekly and I'm like, oh, we're about to sell off. And that got me into funded accounts, and then I blew them wrong. You know, it's crazy. I was looking at all my certificates and the dates that I got them from my funded accounts, and why are they all the same month? Like from last year to this year, it's like a pattern. And that's why too, trading and keeping track of your trades at some point, or looking back at the logs and Trading View, or on whatever platform you're using is good. When I was trading options, I was keeping it in an Excel sheet. You know, everything, the time I took it, the price it was at, when what I got in at, what I got in out at, the profit. Then I had these little formulas set up to show me if I was profitable, if not. And then I started realizing certain patterns, like entering into the same trade multiple times within 5-10 minutes, which means, and I made money a little bit on all of them, which means if I would have I needed to work on my patience, right? If I would have been patient, took that same trade. We seen a little bit of that earlier, where I actually had a win and a loss within the same trade, in that same move. When you look back at your data, it can tell you things like that. So it's good. You know, you'll know, am I being impatient? Am I not being convicted in my decisions? But yeah, that was a morning star. And I think it was on the daily, there was a head and shoulders here. Yeah, between this peak, it was beautiful. I don't know if I probably can get it. It was a head and shoulders, so I knew it was a head and shoulders within a morning star, and then on the 4 hour was a head and shoulders, so I knew that price was going to sell off, and it did. We came way down here. Same thing like what we did this year. I'm gonna get back to the charts in 1 second. I didn't recognize any patterns this year though. We just kind of sold off. But I actually had notes. I don't know. I think it might be on. I had notes. I must have deleted them. I had notes. I said we. As a matter of fact, where's my notes at? Wait a minute. Oh, you know what, guys? Y'all know I ain't lying. Look, I had call out notes. It was beautiful. You see that? Weekly evening star. It was so beautiful. Yep, I take notes like that sometimes when the markets are doing crazy stuff, or it's changing, or I'm forgetting to pay attention to things. Yeah, mark up your charts so that you can know what's going on. You can make notes on your charts. You can do call outs. You can make a text box like this and say Be more patient and have it real big. No, I didn't spell it like that. Or whatever. Whatever you want to do. You can do it. It's 10:32. I think I can hang out a little bit since we had that issue we had this morning. But yeah, guys, so the moral of that story is patterns form on every single time frame that there is. And the higher the time frame that pattern is forming on, the stronger the pattern is, the bigger the price move you'll get. But you know, it's on bigger charts you can recognize the patterns easier. On smaller charts, they're there, like smaller time frames, like the 1 minute, they're there too, but it's mixed in with a bunch of mumbo jumbo, so it's hard to recognize it. Like what we seen with this inverted head and shoulders right here, where this would be the neckline, and then we pushed above the neckline. But the reason why we only got this small move right above the neckline is because it was on a 1 minute chart. You know, if this was like a 4 hour, it probably would have pushed price. It probably would have pushed price from that neckline like way up here. But again, that's over 4 hours, so that would have been like, you know, 2-3 day move or something like that. Unless it just the power was there for the entire day. But it's possible. It's simple. It's not easy because of discipline and stuff, but it's simple. It's like simple. You find the simple things. Oh, that's inverted head and shoulders. Let me go long. Oh, you know, moving averages are sideways. Let me not trade. Right? The indicators are not lining up. Let me not trade. There's no market structure, plus the indicators aren't lining up. Let me not trade. Or there's a big green candle that says that we're bullish and buyers are stepping in, but the indicators are bearish. Let me not trade. That could have just been somebody putting themselves in position at that price. That doesn't mean that we're going to get follow through. Let me wait, right? Let me wait for some other kind of, why did my music? I'm sorry, guys. Let me wait, right? For some other kind of market structure before I actually take the trade. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I hope I am. I hope you rocking with me, because if you rocking, I'm rolling. If you ain't, I'm still going. If you rocking, then I'm rolling. If not, then I'm still going. We're gonna trade, we're gonna trade, we're gonna trade, we're gonna trade. We're gonna get this money today. Hey. And we gonna keep going. Keep flowing. Remain patient. No hesitating. Sometimes it is good to hesitate. Sometimes it is. Sometimes, you know, just hesitate. Oh, wait. Should I get in that trade? Sometimes you be like, oh, I'm glad I ain't getting in that trade. Other times it's like, oh, should I get in? And then it's like, that I should have got in. It left without me. But we're just finding, we're trying to, okay, we rejected off of VWAP twice. This is the second rejection. Moving averages. They're bullish, but see what price is doing is breaking below the 9. Testing the 200. Breaking through the 200, testing the 200, bouncing off the 200. Cloud is bullish. It's green, but it's pointing down, so we don't know what's going on. Green, but it's pointing down. The MACD is bullish. RSI is bullish, but pointing down. Was above neutral, sitting on neutral. What? No trade. No trade, baby. I say no trade, and it's crazy because super scalpers like 18,638, you know, down to 18,607. That was like a 30-point move. So if you see that rejection, you catch about 25 of those points and you trade in like 5 minis, that's good money. I'm gonna tell you how much it is. 25, where I say 25 points, which is 100 ticks. and move $5 a tick. Let's say you're trading 5 contracts. That's $20 a tick. That's $2,000. It's a $2,000 candle right here. It's more than a $2,000 candle. But if you caught 25 points of it, if you just recognize that, super scalpers, right? They got the 30-second up, the 1 minute up, or something like that. Tick charts. It looks different. You know, you see a bunch of these little candles, right? This is a 1 minute chart. So they might even have 5 seconds up or 1 second to where you can actually see what it's doing. And they catch a flush. That's a $2,000 candle or more. So you can make good money trading futures. But for me, I'm like, no trade, because I want to see something different. I'm not trading that fast. I trade fast like that. I scalp and I get the over trading, and you know, I'm happy because I made 1,000, 1,500. Well, I used to get, you know, and then before you know it, I'm over trading and all of it's gone and the account is blown. And so, you know, trading, honestly, if you want to be successful at trading, sometimes it's boring and it's slow, right? If you rushing to get that fast money, you can hang it up. You're just gonna keep blowing accounts and giving the market makers your money. Somebody else making your money. Thank you. You know what I mean? You got to be patient and take those little gains. Like, I'm okay with this. This is a $50,000 account. In other words, it's a $2,000 account. I got $2,000 of risk, and I'm at 49. So I got $1,400 of risk. You think I'm in a rush to go, you know, trade a mini? No, I'm not. I would rather build this account up, keep building it up. By the time my other 150K, oh, I got another 50K combine. By the time my 150K reset, you know, I'll be probably taking a payout from this. And while I'm waiting on the payout, I can trade the 150K. Trade 2 minis on that. Try to get that passed, right? It's a process. And I had to get there. Me understanding it's a process but still wanting to rush it is what caused me to lose my funded accounts. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not saying I might not, you know, lose them, but I'm not rushing to lose them anymore by doing stupid stuff. Like forcing trades or trying to take every little trade I see. Looks like we're trying to test the area. Testing, not at VWAP, we're still under it, but the wolves are holding it up below VWAP, but we're above the but we're above the 200 EMA, the 9 EMA, and the 21 EMA. Cloud is, again, see, the cloud is bullish, but we're going sideways. The cloud is sideways. Continuous squeeze. MACD is bearish. RSI is above neutral. That's why we see this little these bullish candles, but it's not like a trade. I hope my music isn't too loud, because I know some of y'all work from home. If my music is too loud and you're listening, you got me playing in the background, let me know and I'll turn the music down a little bit. I got it pretty low, but oh no, actually it's not low. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It was loud the whole time because I reset my, I wish it would just stay the same because I had to reset my live. I'm sorry. Dad, did y'all hear anything I was saying? Y'all heard me. Because I trust that you wouldn't just watch me and let me sound and let me not be able to get through to you and not say anything. Please tell me you wouldn't do me like that. Okay, we broke above VWAP. We're testing VWAP for support. We might want to initial balance established by the way, guys. It was established at 10:30. I'm sorry. So this is our initial balance, first hour of trading. Great trades to take are when we get here, right? We get there, and we're looking strong, then you take a break of initial balance for a quick 10-20 points, get out, you wait to see what it does, let it pull back, maybe test this area a little bit. Once it finds support, if it does find support, it'll continue to go. Those are initial balance trades. If it breaks out and fails, right? If it breaks out, test a little bit, breaks out again, fails, and comes back in, then 9 times out of 10 it's going to continue to go down. Look at that power that just came in. 9 times out of 10 is going to continue to trade lower. I can actually really draw better lines than that, but I'm trying to hurry up. I might actually take this. Probably not. Man, I would have liked to see some smaller candles on the way up, and then this big candle that formed right here would have been great if it, you know, I went long here and then that candle came in, and that's where I was talking about. You get that, the quick points. But right now, since they did that, do we turn around? I mean, I don't know what's happening, guys. That's why we got to watch it. Is it going to reject here, or is it going to break? But I do like those initial balance trades, the break of initial balance high or the break of initial balance low. Come back, test initial balance for support. If it finds support, it'll continue. Same with the initial balance low. Come back and test initial balance for rejection. If we reject, it will continue. If it does not reject and continue lower, it will pull back into initial balance, and that will be considered a failed downside auction. Vice versa, if it breaks the initial balance high, it finds support and continues higher, then, you know, we just go higher. If it breaks initial balance high and fails to find support and comes back in the initial balance, then that is a failed upside auction. Because the market is auctioning off price, right? That's what it's doing. Think of an auction where they're like, you need to get it 245, you need to get it 245, 246, 246, 247. And people like, yeah, I got 245, I got 246, I got 247. All that action is right here in this chart. And that's why price goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Because people are buying and selling at every price. And then where you have the most accumulation of the most buyers, the most sellers, you'll see reversals. You'll see supply and demand levels at those. You'll see supply and demand levels there. Like you'll see it on the chart, like, you know, we're reversed here. Why did it reverse? Well, there were sellers there. There were buyers here. Bought it up. Market found sellers here. Sold it down. Market found buyers here. Bought it up. They're finding buyers and sellers. Oh, this whole level was more buyers than sellers. Pushed it up. Come on now. Come on now. Let's get it. Read these markets. You hear me? And you can do that on a higher time frame. You can take it out to the hour, 4 hour daily, and you don't have to sit in front of the charts and trade like I do. You work, no problem. Trade exactly like I'm doing and find your level and hold your plays, right? So just imagine if you seen this Head and Shoulders and you said, and this was on the daily, and you said, or on the 4 hour, you said, I'm about to get in and I'm gonna hold this for 72 hours or whatever. Then you gonna hold it for how many ever 4 hour candles, you know? Or let's say you got in here and you hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles, right? That's 7 4-hour candles. 28. So you ain't got to really watch it. You just set it. You just set it, or you can watch it daily. You ain't got to sit in front of it. You ain't got to worry about it. You know, you start checking it. You start checking it at like 10 hours or something, because you work. You set it and forget it. Or the fact that, you know, when you understand that there's a neckline in the Head and Shoulders, or when you understand these patterns is letting you know that for sure, like, oh yeah, for sure price is about to go up, and test that, right? So when we got this Head and Shoulders down here and we came back up to the neck, we know, okay, price is coming up to test this for sure. And look what it did. Came to test that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So if it is a 4 hour or a daily chart, say it was a daily, you know, and you get in here and you got 2 candles, you know, you ain't got to touch it for 2 days. Or you can just set a take profit right below the high of that candle. You can do it daily, right? That's why if you can read one chart, you can read them all. Understanding the fundamentals of the companies is a little different. That's more investing. But understanding how to read the charts, right? Doing the analytical data analysis, the market analysis is pretty easy. It's simple. It's not easy, it's simple. But the hard part is holding through the swings. Getting in the trade, trusting yourself to get in the trade, not being greedy, making good money quickly and wanting to get more or not getting out. Like, you have to go through that before you start to understand. I don't care who you are. I was learning all this stuff when I was first starting, and I was watching people make those mistakes. Been trading way longer than I have. I'm in my first and second year, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my profits. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. We all say it. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take that trade. Yeah, that was dumb. Yeah, right. You gonna go through it. You're going to do it, or you're not. You got to have skin in the game. You're going to go through it. You're going to do it. I'm pulling back here. You're going to go through it until you learn not to. That's just how it goes. But if you're willing to put in the time, you'll be good. $10.49. It's a little slow. On my little apps, it's a little slow today. That's why I'm doing this, so I can get off. Actually, no. I start doing that so I can do this. Because I was working in a lab and sacrifices had to be made. I had to weigh my options and, either get stuck. I like what I was doing, but I didn't like the chemicals. Working with carcinogens and stuff like that. I didn't like that. And a couple people that worked there ended up, working there many years of their lives and ended up with cancer and all that. I'm cool. I'm all right. But anyways, I've been wanting to learn how to trade since, invest. I didn't even know I was trading for a long time. And I finally got to the point in my life where, it was right there. It was time. So I'm the type of person that I don't mind taking risk on myself. I do not mind taking a risk on myself. And neither does every other business owner that was successful or not successful. They took the risk. I took the risk on my business, my Missed Out Customs business. Customizing shoes, and I ended up covering like about 19 states, I think, in the US. Multiple orders. Sent orders to Paris, Germany. A few different countries. I did shoes for some famous soccer player that played for the Wolverines. But I only got to do that because I took a risk, on myself. I invested. And so I know what can be done. You just got to put the work in. Same with this. Just got to put the work in. And prop firms make it possible. This gonna sound crazy, but prop firms make it possible for you to make $20,000 in a day, right? You start by one count. You can have up to 20 accounts. Or let's say, or something like $100. If you're making $100 a day, and you got 20 accounts, that's $2,000 a day. That's good money. You want to get through one account, or if you have the money and you know what you're doing, you're trading, you buy all 20 accounts at a time, copy trade them, pass them, pay for them to get activated, and start making your money right away. But if not, then you build up to that. You buy one account, you get a payout. You buy the second account, you get a payout. You buy the third account, now these payouts is doubling up, tripling up. But on a 50K account, you take 25 points. Like I said, one of these candles here, or a move like this, you know, a move like this, that's well over, you know, $1,000. But you trade 2 contracts. You need what, 25 points? 25 points, 2 contracts is $1,000. You could do that on a 150K account, right? So you're taking 25 points out of the market, which is one candidate. We talking about, we looking at moves here, but you take 25 points out of the market, and you get $2,000 on one account times 20 accounts. It's possible. That's $40,000 in a day. That's how these traders are making that money. You see traders on here, maybe that's how they're making that money. Some people are able to do it on one account, trading size and taking fewer trades, right? Waiting for trades on higher time frames. You might take 1 or 2 trades a week, if that. Couple a month, few a month. But it's possible, y'all. It's possible. So that's what I'm working on. That's why I'm not in a rush to blow this account. I'm going to get there. Right? We're going to pass the second account. I'm going to get there. We're going to pass that third account. I'm going to get there. So right now we got 1 funded, 1 eval, and 1 combine. So 1 funded and 2 accounts that need to be passed to get to the funded stage. It's possible. But you can't rush there. You gotta take our time to get there. No trades. We broke this, kind of broke this, if you want to call that a sloping support. Not really going anywhere. Moving averages are flat. Right? I mean, overall, there was a cross there. It took that trade, but let me see some. Okay, the VWAP look like it's flipping. No bounce yet. I need to find a trade here. I mean, I don't need to, but bear cycle or no? These smaller accounts definitely keep me from being as aggressive as I am with 150K. I wanted to leave this area before I get into a trade. It's bearish. But how bearish? RSI is below neutral. MACD is bearish. Cloud is bullish. Trying to curl down. Okay, there's momentum coming. Cloud is sideways. Bouncing off of that cloud. Come on. We breaking? I think so. Still need to break these lows. Gotta get down here because I need to break them lows. Actually, I would like for it to break those lows, let this bear cycle continue, and then probably get in for the bull cycle. Because I don't know, we crossed there already. MACD still bearish. MACD is bearish. Cloud is bullish. Conditions are bullish. We're kind of not in the middle. Kind of just bounce out of the middle. In the zone below VWAP, moving averages are sideways. No trade. What time is it? 10:58, maybe 30. I don't want to sit here till 1:30 today. I need to go work. It would be nice to stream Pile live, so y'all can see what you know, what it's like if the market reacts. If the market reacts to it, if he says anything that makes the markets react. They just burning premiums. What's today? Wednesday. No markets Friday, so do the options expire tomorrow? Let me see. But this is called premium burning, because you got to remember in options, the longer price stays away from you, data starts to affect you more. So that all plays a part in the market. When they just, especially on Fridays, when they just do this kind of price action, it's like, okay, they don't want bulls to make money, they don't want bears to make money, they're just burning everybody's premiums out. And the premium is the price you pay for it. So yeah, April 17th is tomorrow. Yeah, they expire tomorrow. It'd be nice to get a nice move here, though. I can't do Sunday rain. What are you talking about? I'm hungry too. I need to get in there and make me some kale. I'm gonna have to go when I get off here. Pan send me some kale real quick before I go work. Cut up a mango and eat that. All right, we broke out of that zone. That's why I didn't go short. We gotta take out these lows. That's a nice breakout. Is it a breakout or a fake out? Wait. That's a good move on options too. All you be needing is like 50 cents. For any money plays. If Court was here, I would tell him that. 50 cents, 60 cents. Get that right move without it going against you. I still don't know. I still got to figure out how to do the options math. I need to read a book on that. On how to calculate it. Let me see. Yeah, how to. Yeah. And the premiums be jacked up. You can tell if you looked at the price before to what they normally are, but I would love to learn to do that math. Man, it's slow today. I need to get out here and work. They slow. Breakout, fake out. Look at that. Right back into the range. But there's still money to be made. People still make money on that. These moves like this, zoop, and this zoop, zoop, zoop. That's a scalper's paradise right there. They love it. They love it. I used to love it too. Until I started trying to focus on holding trades longer, and then I went back to scalping. Because then I realized, oh, like with a 150K account, which is why I like to trade. I like to trade 150Ks over 50Ks because it gives me more risk. So I like to trade with $5,000 risk versus $2,000 risk. $2,000 risk is slow like this. Trade one micro. You could trade two for 150K, $5,000 of risk. One or two minis. Like I said, 25 points. You in and out the market. Done before 10, 10:30. You don't have to be though. You can wait. You can wait and spread it out throughout the day and just wait for trades, you know? Oh, I need to charge. All right. We ain't gonna sit here and watch paint dry all day. This is what the market does 70% of the time. Looks like we're going back to normal markets, maybe. No more of that crazy stuff. 170, 100 point, 70 point candles. Let me see, what was this one? Low 596.5. Yep. Smaller moves, smaller cycles. All right, I'm calling it a day. It's 11:04. I'm about to get out here and work, make some money. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're gonna trade this, stay patient, stay diligent, don't force nothing, take smart trades. Yep, order came in right in time. Who was ordering? And I will see you all 8 a.m. if you tuning in with me tomorrow. I'll be on at 8. You don't got to come on at 8. It would be nice if you did, if you was up. But I'll see you at 8. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. God bless you all and stay safe. See you tomorrow.